Hi there everybody, and welcome to this video tutorial which is about how to answer the interview question, describe a time when you've solved a difficult problem. Now this is a tough interview question to answer, but in this tutorial I'm going to give you some fantastic tips, and I'm even going to give you 2 sample answers that you can use during your interview. So a very quick welcome. Welcome to this tutorial. That's me there on the right hand side. My name's Richard McMunn, and I've been helping people like you for about 20 years now pass interviews. I've been very successful at it, so please take the time to watch this video. I'm also going to give you the slides to this tutorial so you can download them for free, and then you can use them during your preparation for your interview. So like I say, we're going to focus specifically on the interview question. Describe a time when you have solved a difficult problem or a difficult situation. So I'm going to give you the slides to download. Like I say, all you need to do, I'd very much appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, because then you'll get notified as soon as I create further videos. And also, if you like the content, please give it a thumbs up, because that will motivate me to do more. Okay, let me give you a couple of tips before we get into the sample responses. 4 really important tips for answering this particular interview question. Describe a time when you solved a difficult problem. Number 1, make sure you are specific in your response. And what I mean by that is many people will tell the interview panel what they would do if this situation occurred, but you have to tell the panel what you have done. So you have to give them an actual situation, and I'm going to give you 2 suggestions that you can use during your interview. Now, when responding, use the S.T.A.R technique. I'm going to explain quickly what that is in a second, but this will make sure that you're specific in your response and that you cover all of the angles required to get the top marks necessary. Make the situation pressurized. So what I mean by that, when you're giving them a specific response to this question, add some kind of pressure to it. Now, it might be a time factor, it might be an aggravating factor. I'll give you a couple of examples in a second of what I mean by this. But that basically puts pressure on you and you manage to solve the problem. Also, demonstrate in your response and your answer that you are capable of working on your own. So this question is designed to find people who can solve problems themselves, that they don't have to go and find their boss or their manager to ask them what to do. Okay, so the S.T.A.R technique that you're going to use when responding to this question, first of all, situation. So it's situation, task, action, result. What was the situation? Explain to the panel what the situation was, then move on and tell them the task. So this means that you need to explain what the task was, actually what needed to be done, and then explain what action you took, and then tell the interview panel what the result was. So you explain to them what the result was following your action. And here's a good tip: make sure the end result is positive. So always remember that when answering this kind of interview question. It's a situational or behavioural type question. So follow situation, task, action, result, and you won't go far wrong. Okay, sample answer number 1 to the interview question. Describe a time when you solved a difficult problem. This is the first one of 2. And like I say, you're going to get these slides to download very soon. Here we go. In my current job, I work as a customer service assistant in a builder's merchant store, and part of my role is to take payments for customers using our online payment facility. Now, one busy Friday afternoon, I was working in the store alone as my manager had taken a late lunch break. All of a sudden, the in-store payment system went down whilst I had a queue of 5 people waiting to pay for their goods. Now, it was clear they all needed to pay for their goods in order to get their jobs complete before the weekend. So I decided to remain calm and use my initiative to solve the problem. To begin with, I communicated with all of the customers the issue I was experiencing, and I reassured them I would resolve the issue as soon as possible. And to begin with, I asked if anyone had cash they could use to pay for their goods. 2 people were willing to pay by cash, so this then reduced the other 3 customers' waiting time. I then decided to telephone the online payment system provider to make sure they were actually aware of the issue. And as it transpired, they had a serious problem their end, and they informed me it would be at least an hour before the system was back up and running. I then relayed this information to the customers. But in order to resolve the issue for them, I then quickly set up company credit accounts for the rest of the customers, which would mean they would get invoiced the following week. They could then either settle their bills online or come into the store once the payment system was backed up and running. Now, by remaining calm and using my initiative, I was able to solve the issue without calling my manager for assistance. I feel strongly that I can be relied upon to resolve problems on my own whenever they arise. So that's a detailed, in-depth response, and it follows situation, task, action, result. Now you can use that kind of situation. I've mentioned the builders merchants, but you could apply that to any kind of situation. If you're working for someone where you have to take payments either over the phone or in store. Okay, sample answer number 2 to the interview question. Describe a time when you solved a difficult problem. Here we go. Whilst at work, it became apparent that 2 work colleagues were not getting on. I could overhear them being disrespectful towards each other, and rumours in the office were rife of a brewing confrontation. I felt someone needed to work towards resolving the issue, as the situation could have a negative impact on the team and the organisation as a whole. I decided to speak to each person individually in private to first of all express my concerns, but also secondly to suggest a way forward in order to resolve the situation amicably. I suggested that all 3 of us should meet collectively in a calm manner to discuss the issues and resolve the situation. Both of them agreed to my suggested resolution. We met up on a Friday afternoon at 4 p.m. in a quiet office location at work. I started off by mediating the meeting, and I asked each person to speak whilst the other one listened. Now, once each person had spoken, I made a number of suggestions that were designed to resolve the situation, and it soon became apparent that the whole situation and animosity had resulted in a simple miscommunication. I suggested both of them get together outside of work in a friendly social setting with a view to building up a friendship that would, in turn, help improve their working relationship whilst at work. Now, they both agreed to try this, and I'm happy to say some 3 months later, they are now great work colleagues who have a positive relationship. So you've got 2 really strong responses there. You can choose each one. Again, this second one is really applicable to virtually any kind of work situation. So to get these slides, they're free of charge. Simply click the link below the video. You might have to click the show more link. And then it will take you to SlideShare, which is owned by LinkedIn. You can even connect with me there on LinkedIn if you want. You'll see my LinkedIn profile. You can also get access to my free online interview course by going to the website passmyinterview.com. So you can start learning more. I've got about 54 different training modules on there. Like I say, please do subscribe. I'd appreciate if you like the video as well. And yeah, good luck, guys, for passing your interview. You'll also notice in the comments section below, in the description, I've put a link to another free training video here on YouTube where I give you 7 further sample answers to interview questions. Thank you very much for watching and listening. And, hit me up in the comments section below, say hi. And also, if you have an interview coming up and you'd like me to give you some suggested questions to prepare for, please tell me what the interview is and I'll come on each day and answer them. Thank you for watching and good luck in passing your interview.